what would you say your biggest issue with your business right now, and in the real estate market, and your biggest win?
My biggest, okay, good. Biggest issue, cash flow without question. Without question, without question. Because real estate is expensive.
Yes.
And contractors are expensive and materials are expensive. So in order to carry you through multiple projects, you have to have a lot of cash on hand. And it gets really difficult, especially as delays happen because, as we mentioned before, I'm on interest-only loans. And interest-only loans, like there's no pay down. So the principal balance stays the same forever. I'm just paying the same mortgage, or excuse me,
Until you sell your
until
flip,
until I sell my flip,
and then you play the balloon. Yes.
and then I pay a balloon payment
Yeah.
of everything. So when there are delays, that's where you run into challenges because now you're expecting this thing to only take you 4.5 months. Now it's taking you 8 months. So I've now had to carry this loan that much longer, and I've had to hold off on buying some other opportunities that I could have because I missed out on because I'm not selling it at the right time. And that add on top of that, when you have so many of them going on at the same time, you realize very quickly that having a strong cash flow system is paramount. Like if you don't have the proper cash flow system, this is how people drown. And I think in the last 2 years, I really got my ass kicked. Like I really did. And I think,
but you're learning.
I'm learning. I take nothing away from it. I'm grateful for everything that I've done. And I think even through all the challenges that I faced, it's given me more strength and just determination to get to the end of it. And I think for a long time, a lot of people that, whether they're family or friends, and they saw how much I was struggling, they're like, you need to do this, you need to do this. And I kind of blocked out the noise. Not that they were trying to, they wanted to help.
They want to help.
Yeah, they
yes.
wanted to help, but they didn't understand or see what I saw.
Right.
And because I knew that I was struggling now doesn't mean I'm going to struggle once I get to the finish line.
Right.
I was like, I got to fight to the finish. And once I fight to the finish, I know it'll be good. I will say that if I were to do it over again,
yes.
I would not have gone so ambitious and I'm going to buy this and I'm going to do this and these 6, it's too much. It was too much, especially because
you will start off a little slower.
I will start off a little slower, right? Yeah. I'm proud of the fact that I was able to get through so many of them, but again, what I was saying, the last 2 years have been a struggle because it's been compounding. I have properties that I've now had for almost 3 years that I haven't touched yet. And I've been carrying it interest only since the day I bought it. So imagine like 2.5 to 3 years of interest only payments on a couple $100,000. So I would say in total, I probably spent at least $250,000 on interest only loans just in the last few years.
Well, but this is where your learning lesson is, and your business plan is going to change.
Yes, I do agree with that for sure.
Yeah,
and I'm kind of glad because it's like it was a slap in the face, but it was one of those that was like, okay, slow down.
Yes,
and you're right, and it's something that somebody like me needs. Just because I think if I never got to this point, I would just think, let me do triple that, let me quadruple that. Like I don't know where the break is, it's like all gas.
But which is a good thing to know because now that you've learned that lesson early, it's like when you start driving, you get into a car accident.
Yeah.
What happens, right? You learned a lesson from that car accident. Whereas if you had gotten into the car accident 5 years down the line and it was a really bad one, what was the experience that you had? So now you've had the experience of having that accident.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a lesson at that point, whereas it's going to alleviate the bigger issues that, you could have had on a bigger scale later. So now you've learned this. So moving forward, you're going to get better.
100%. I'm happy for the $100,000 lessons so that when the $200 million lessons come, I'm well aware.
You're good. Yes.
I'm good. I know what's to come. So, but it's been a journey.